Hi, this is Tom Hoskins for Mining Journal. I'm here with Dave Anthony, who's the CEO and president of Asante Gold, which is a Ghana-focused gold miner, which really hit the headlines over the past couple of years with two major acquisitions. The first being Bibiani, which it bought from Resolute in 2021, and then Chirano, which it acquired from Kinross in 2022. Dave, welcome. How's it going?
Tom, it's going great. How you doing?
Yeah, all good, thank you. In fairly grey and rainy London, but we'll get through it. So, Dave, you've been at Asante now for over a year and a half. I think it would just be helpful if you could give viewers a very brief overview of where the company was when you came in and where you're at now.
So, Tom, it's been a lot of fun for me and for the team. When I came here in July 2021, we had an exploration project, Kubi. We were looking at completing a pre-feasibility study and looking to bring that toward production. It needs a lot of exploration before we can actually make that decision. But in any event, Bibiani became available. We closed the deal in August 2021. We embarked on a refurbishment of the process plant, which was comprehensive. And we told the market in September 2021 that we would be pouring gold in the third quarter of 2022. And I think a lot of people thought that that was perhaps a bridge too far. In fact, we poured gold July of 2022, and from August until now, between Bibiani and Chirano, we've delivered over 100,000 ounces of gold. So we've had a lot of fun at both mines during that period. In May, we announced to the market that we were purchasing Chirano. We closed the deal mid-August. The two mines are located with the process plants about 15 kilometers apart. They share, there's about 53 kilometers of what we refer to as the Sefwi gold zone, and it includes the Bibiani shear and the Chirano shear. Very prospective. We've got guys busy right now working to develop satellite pits around Bibiani, working to do some more exploration around Chirano to get the life of mine at Chirano up past 10 years. So we're busy. We've had we put a lot of runs on the board, had some significant wins. We're producing a lot of cash at this point, about 30,000 ounces per month, and building toward this year, 2023, we will deliver about 400,000 ounces. So we've had some fun, we've had some success, and we got a bunch of busy people here in Ghana building a gold company.
Fantastic stuff. Well, I just want to bring us back to the kind of the present. Just before Christmas, you put out your Q3 operating and financial results. Could you just pick out a few highlights for our viewers, please?
Well, a few of the highlights, I think, a lot of people in the marketplace said, how much cash do you have? And that's obviously dependent upon how much gold you shipped this week, how much money you spent last month, and so forth. But I think in the Q3 report, we announced about 70 million or 75 million cash, which is a fairly healthy place to be. It doesn't mean that we're swimming in it, but we are producing a lot of gold every month, as I've mentioned. I think other highlights of the Q3 report is that we completed the first tranche of the gold loan that we have with the Bank of Ghana. That was about 15 or 16,000 ounces. The second tranche, by the way, is coming out this week, and that'll be delivered on time as well. We completed the purchase of the Bibiani mine, so that one is behind us. I think in total there was about 90 million US went to a Resolute over the period August 2021 until November 2022. So that one's done. Obviously, the Kinross deal was very favorable to them, and something we're really, really pleased about. When we went to look at Chirano and do our due diligence there, we saw some opportunities to improve metallurgical performance. Those are bearing fruit straight away. Okay, we've increased recovery at Chirano from about 85 or 86%. We're now running at 89%. We have more initiatives coming into that mine to increase throughput, increase ounce production, increase recovery, reduce AISC, and so forth. So Chirano's turning out to be a great story for us. pretty much as we drew it up when we looked at the acquisition.
Fantastic. And what about guidance for this year? How's it looking now?
This year we're looking, I mentioned, but this year we're looking about 400,000 ounces all up. It'll be a bit skewed toward the back end of the year. Probably the first part of the year we'll do 155 to 170,000 ounces. Second part of the year we'll do about 230 to 240.
Okay, fantastic. And yeah, you mentioned the proximity between Bibiani and Chirano. It's about 15 kilometers apart, the processing plants. Is that right?
The process plants are 15 kilometers apart. We now have a pioneer road being installed between the two process plants. That should be fully open within about 60 days. All right. What that's going to allow us to do is get a lot of leverage on synergy between the two mines. Look, when you've got good procurement departments, you've got good HR departments, safety and ESG and so forth. Those resources should be shared, and those resources become much better equipped when you can put one strong team instead of two less strong teams in different places. So we're pretty excited about that. We started the M&A path by forming a technical services group to, first of all, lead the acquisition and the transition with Chirano, but it now sits on top of the two mines. Okay. And whereas we have good tech services teams at both mines, we've got call it a grandfather team that works closely with both mines to make sure they make quality decisions and timely decisions. I think we've demonstrated to the market that we're pretty nimble in terms of how we identify opportunities and make sure we capture those. So the initiative, the synergy initiative that we have is going to return in around $7 million a year going forward. We're pretty excited about that because it obviously helps our AISC get down. We expect in 2024, our AISC on both mines is going to be about $1,100 per ounce.
Okay, sounds promising. And yeah, what else can we expect to see from Asante in 2023? I mean, clearly you've made a couple of major acquisitions in the past 2 years. Any more on the acquisition front, or are you happy where you're at now?
Tom, you can never be happy. Look, we have made some nice acquisitions from a strategic standpoint. These are foundational. These are company building assets that we have. We're taking initiative, as I mentioned, to get out past 10 years life of mine and keep it there on both. We're looking at going underground at Bibiani and enhancing that portfolio further. We think Bibiani over the next 3 years should be able to get us up past 300 toward 350 ounces per year. All up, what that means is between the two mines, we should be producing close to 600,000 ounces by 2026. Okay, that's not to say we're not still interested in M&A. Ghana is a target-rich opportunity with some assets that should become available, and some of those have been presented to us in the past. We are seen now as a consolidator in this area. Ultimately, we think we can get to 1 million ounces per year in Ghana, and then we see ourselves going across West Africa and seeing if we can't repeat our success in a similar way. Specifically, there are assets in this part of the world where perhaps a large major has moved on. Perhaps they don't consider it a core asset relative to their business. We're quite happy to take them on and get focused technical resources to see what value we can add to the assets, specifically life of mine, ounce production, AISC improvement, and so forth.
Okay, Dave, thank you very much for that indeed. It's been really great to get your insight and a full rundown of what Asante is up to at the moment. But that is all we have time for today. So it just remains for me to thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Tom, it's a pleasure. Look forward to the next time. Look forward to telling you about when we do 500,000 ounces per year.
Perfect. Looking forward to it too. Okay, well, that concludes this video for Mining Journal. Goodbye.
Have a good day.